Good morning, everyone. Before we will start, I request everybody to please stand up. Mr. Salvador, can we lead our prayer? Amen. Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Good. It is good to hear that you are good today. But before that, please remain standing for our energizer. We will sing the song, If You're Happy and You Know It.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet.
Before you take your seat, look around you and pick up pieces of paper and throw it on a garbage can. Okay, you may now take your seat. Are all present today? Very good, because all of you are present. Do you have an assignment? If you have an assignment, please pass it on our center aisle. Now, what are the needs to be followed when the class is going on? Yes, Jessica? Very good. Our classroom rules are, raise your right hand if you want to answer, don't make unnecessary noise, and listen to your teacher. What else? Yes, Lavin? Sit properly. Very good. Can I expect all of that from you? Very good. Class, do you still remember our lesson yesterday? Now to test you if you really know our lesson yesterday, I have here a chart. A human body chart. Now you'll have going to do is to match the parts of the body corresponds to our human body. Now, who wants to answer? Where is the eyes here? Yes, Jessica? Here is the eyes. Very good. Now, where is the hair? Okay, very good, Christine. Here is our hair. Now, our ear. Anybody? Donna? Yes, very good, Donna. Here is our ear. Now, our stomach. Alex? Here is. Very good. Our nose. Yes, Nikki? Okay, our nose is here. Last. Our arms. Yes, our arms is here. Very good, Blassie. And last, our legs. Okay, Angelou, our legs is here. Class, always remember that every part of our body has its functions. Now, class, what do you call two of the parts of our body that we used to see? Who wants to answer? Yes, Donna? Our eyes. Very good. So this morning, we will be discussing the parts and functions of our eyes. But before that, I will first show you our objectives this morning. Our objectives, at the end of 60 minutes, with 80% efficiency level, the pupils are expected to do the following. Discuss the importance or significance of sight in everyday life. Indicate the various parts and functions of the human eye and identify the proper way of caring the eyes. Now, try to look around you. What do you see? Yes, Donna? Very good. Books. What else? Who wants to answer? Yes, Alex. Chairs and table. Very good. This time, class, I want you to close your eyes. Did you see anything? Right. We can see nothing if we close our eyes. Now, imagine the world without a sight. Can you describe our world without a sight? Very good. Our world seems like different places. Very good. What else? Yes, Christine? Very good. It is hard for us that we can see anything because we can see the things around us and we can experience what other people experience and we can do anything, whatever we want to do. Now, why is it important that we can see? Yes, Alex? Very good. It is important for us that we can see because we can see the things around us in our environment and the different places. Our eyes important for us? Of course, our eyes is important for us because it is used to see things in our surroundings. Now, class, we will have an activity. The title of our activity is Eyes See. Now, I have here a mirror and a blindfold. Use this mirror to observe your eyes. And what are the parts of the eyes you can see here in our mirror? Now, I will give you 3 minutes to read about the parts and the functions of our eyes. Your 3 minutes starts now. Okay, time is up. Now, based on what you read, label the parts of the eye. Based on what you read here. Now, who wants to answer? Who wants to label our figure number 1? Yes, Sheena? Okay, Sheena is pointing this arrow as a what? Pupil. Let's find it out. Next. Okay, here is what? The iris. Okay. How about this, Sheena? It is what? The sclera. Okay. How about in figure 2? Okay, Alex. It is what? The retina. How about this? The optic nerve. Okay, let's find it out if your answer is correct. How about this one? Is the lens. Okay, next is the cornea. Now, class, we will find if your answer is correct. This time, I want you to close your eyes using this blindfold. And I ask, what do you see? Nothing. And what are the parts of the eye do you see when you use the mirror? Yes, Sheena? Only what? Only pupil, iris, and sclera. Very good, Sheena. Pupil is the black circular hole of our eye. And then the iris is the colored part of our eye. This one is the iris. And the sclera is the white part of our eye. This one, the sclera. Have you ever wondered that we have 2 eyes are better than 1? Yes, because it helps us to see in 3 dimensions. Now, class, for our second activity, I have here the direction and the pictures. You to look at our pictures here. And what you're going to do is to check on the box if it shows a proper way of carrying our eyes, and put X if it is not. Write the answer of your paper. Now class, we will check your work. Reading in a dark room. It is right or wrong? You think reading in a dark room is good in your eyes? No, very good. So, we put X here. How about watching very near in the television? You think it is good to our eyes? Yes, Alex, it is not good in our eyes. How about wearing sunglasses on a sunny day? Yes, Reniel, very good. Wearing sunglasses on a sunny day will protect our eyes from sunlight. How about using goggles when swimming? Yes, very good. Using goggles when swimming is correct because it will protect our eyes from the debris or the object from the water. Now, I want to ask you something. How do you protect your eyes? Yes, stay away from the television and computers. What else? Very good. Use goggles when swimming and don't read in a dark room. Humans know about surroundings because of the sense organ. Now, let's begin studying or discussing about the sense organ that we use to see. What is it again? Our eyes. Our eyes is the sense organ that we use to see. Now we will be discussing about the parts and the functions of human eye. First is we have the pupil. Pupil is the black hole in the eye which takes in light and allows a person to focus on an object in their line of vision. Now I have here a diagram that shows you the functions and parts of our eye. Here is the pupil. It's said here that pupil is the black hole in our eye. Here is the pupil, the black hole of our eye, which takes in a place that allows a person to focus on an object in their line vision. That is the what? Pupil. Very good. Now, next to pupil, who wants to share about? Yes, very good. Next to pupil is the iris. The iris is the responsible for giving the eye its color. It lets just the right amount of the light enter our eye. So here in our diagram, here is the iris. The iris will shrink if the pupil of the eye is bright, and it is widened when the pupil of the eye is dark. Next to iris is what? Very good, Sheena. The sclera. The sclera is the white part of the eye which protects inside of our eye and allows people to move their eyes to find objects. So in our diagram, here is the sclera, the white part of our eyes, and it allows people to move our eyes around us and to find object. That is what? Sclera. Very good. Now let's move on to cornea. Cornea is the outer covering of the eye which protects and prevents harmful substances from entering in our eye. In our diagram, the cornea is here, the outer line of our eye, and protects entering harmful objects in our eyes. Next to cornea is the lens. Lens sit behind the pupil and allows the eye to change shape so it can focus on the object that the pupil takes in. So in our diagram, Lens is the internal part of our eye. In our diagram, here is the lens that allows the eye to change their shape and focus on an object. Now, let's proceed to retina. Retina is also an internal part of our eye. It is the back of the eye and contains rods and cones. The rods let us see the black and white color, while the cones let us see the color. Now, in our diagram, here is the retina. The retina is the back in our eye that allows us to see the black and white color, which is the rods, and the cones is we see the color. Last, we have the optic nerve. Optic nerve transfers the visual information from the back of the eye to the brain. Optic nerve sends a message of what we see to our brain. Now, in our diagram, we have here the optic nerve. Again, optic nerve, if what we see from our surroundings sends the message to our what? To our brain. Now, have you learned anything about the functions of and parts of our eye? Very good. Again, our eye is composed of pupil, which is the black hole in our eye which takes in the light and allows person to focus on an object and their line vision. Next is the iris, which is responsible for giving the eye and its color. It lets just the right amount of the light enter in our eyes. Next is the sclera, the white part of our eye. Next is the cornea, the outer covering of our eye. Next is the lens. Our lens allows us to change the shape and focus on our surrounding. Next is the retina. Retina is in the back of our eye that contains rods. Rods is color what? Black and white, while the cones see the color part of the surrounding. Now we have last, the optic nerve. The optic nerve sends the message of what we see to the surrounding in our brain. Very good. Now kids, take care of our eyes because we will use it in our daily lives, in our daily activities. Now class, we will have a group activity. I will divide you into two groups. All 1 will be group 1 and all 2 will be group 2. Select a leader within your group and I will give you 10 minutes to finish the task. Each group will be given an envelope and each envelope contains all the task, the activity, and all the materials. Use the flashcard in the envelope and read carefully about the definition and the functions of eyes here written in our flashcards. And match the flashcard corresponds to the parts of the eye to the correct functions of the eye. Your 10 minutes starts now. But before that, I will first show you the rubrics in our group activity. We have here, if your answer is correct, we have the correctness. If your answer is clean, in your activity is very clean, we have here the neatness. And if all of you are participating in your activity, we have here the cooperation, the legend of our activity, we have the 10 points, the 5 points, and we have the 3 points. So you may now start your activity. Okay, time is up. Each group, you may paste your answer on the board. Now, let's check your answer. For group 1, we have here the pupil. Okay, very good. Correct. The cornea. Very good. Correct. The iris. Very good. The lens. Very good. Here is the place of the lens. The retina. Okay, here. Very good. And the optic nerve, very good, which sends the message of the brain. So, the answer of group 1 were correct. How about in group 2? So, let's go on with the group 2. The pupil, okay, very good, group 2, your answer is correct. The cornea, okay, the group 2 is correct. The lens, very good, here is the lens. Next is the iris, very good. The retina, okay, correct. And the last, optic nerve, very good, correct. So let's give the score of each group. For group 1, correctness of their answer. All of their answer were correct. So I will give you 10 points. Now let's move on for the neatness. All of your output is clean and neat. So I will give you another 10 points for that. For the cooperation, in group 1, I see anything participating in their group activity. So I'll give them 10 points. And group 2, I see somebody that not participating in their activity. So I will give you 5 points, group 2. Now for a total score, the group 1 contains the perfect score. Very good, group 1. Please give them a round of applause. Now for group 2, the group 2 obtained the score of 25. Better luck next time, group 2. Now class, that you already know the parts and the functions of our eyes, I have here a sheet. All of you are given a sheet, and you have to do is to match the parts of the eye correspond to its function. So, pass it. Okay, kindly pass your paper in the center aisle if you're done. And I will check your output later. Now for your assignment. Draw 2 columns on a sheet of paper. Write information about each part of the eye that you know in first column and write what you learned from the lesson in the second column. Now, are you done writing? Okay, kindly please stand up. Goodbye, class.